Hi Stitchy friends, this is Jackie with Cross My Stitches. Welcome to my channel. If you're returning, thank you so much for returning again. If this is your first time, you're in for a wild and bumpy ride. This is my 1-year FlossTube anniversary. Monday the 22nd, it will be 1 year since I have been on FlossTube. So yay! I didn't expect to get the responses that I got from all you wonderful people, and the likes and the subscriptions and everything like that has been awesome. I gained over 100 subscribers in the last 30 days. That is fabulous. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. I'm getting closer to that 1,000 mark, so I'm still pushing. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that button and subscribe, and make sure that you also hit the bell so that you get notice when I upload again. This is about cross stitch, but it's also about RVing. So we're going to talk about cross stitch first, and then if you're not interested in the RV thing, then you can say goodbye to me then, and then the rest can hang around and see what's been going on. So I do have some finishes, and not only finishes, but I have a finish and FFO together, and then an FFO. So let's start with the item that you guys have already seen before that I didn't fully finish yet. And that is, and I know this is late, okay? It's late. My Luck of the Irish that I did for St. Patty's Day. Is that sun really bright? Hold on. Let me see if I cut this just a little, if that's better. Okay. I don't know if that's better for you guys or not. But there it is. And I FFO'd it into a little pillow. Hopefully it's not too washed out for you. And on the back I put the date and my name, and it's kind of flat, and a little ribbon. So it's late, but hey, I'll have it for next year, so that's all that counts. So I have that, and that was out of an April 2017 issue of Just Cross Stitch. So that's where that came from. And then my other fully finish is this, which is Life's Good, Live the Journey. This is by Designs by Lisa. And I finished stitching it, and I fully finished it. So this is what it looks like, and it's really long. So there it is there. And this is going, there's a little recess above my refrigerator in the RV. And I was going to go get this frame, so I took it over to Hobby Lobby and checked out frame price at $60 for just a simple frame for it. And I'm like, because it is very long. It's about 31 inches long, 32 inches long, and $60. And I'm like, nope, I got to figure something else out and how I'm going to display it. And then it hit me when I looked at my refrigerator and saw that there was this recess. So this is going to go right in that recess. It's going to fit perfectly. I will add a picture right here. And I think that's perfect. And it cost me just for the board. And if you look on the back of this one, you'll see that I have, it's laced up, but then I put command strips. So that's how it's going to stay in that inlay. So I think it came out obvious. It came out awesome. And that's exactly what we're doing. Life's good. We are living the journey. So I'm very glad to have that done. It's something that as soon as I had saw the pattern that I wanted to do for the RV. So I'm real thrilled to get that done. And then I have been working on several things for the last month. And let me show you what I have been working on. So the first thing is, and I'm sorry, I'm going to make a little noise here. Spring ABCs. So that is by Little House Needleworks. There we go. And I enjoy working on this. And I didn't bring a board or anything to hold all this stuff, so I'm going to have to figure something else out here. Let's see if I can use this. So that's where I'm at right now. So you can see I'm getting there. I'm almost down to the very bottom with the letters. And then I'll fill in all the little motifs. But it's so cute. This is on a piece of 32 count linen that I hand dyed myself, and it's got some green and yellows in it. I'm not sure how that color is showing up because I'm not wearing my glasses. Trying to do this so you guys don't have to look at my eyes with glare. And I think it's looking adorable. I am using, I believe, most of the called for colors for it. I might have changed out one or two things that I thought would match better. But other than that, hopefully I will have this done in another week or two, because I promised this pattern to someone and I need to get it out the door. So that's the first thing I worked on. The second thing I worked on, I'm reaching down here because I've got it on the floor next to me. And I've got pussycats all over around me too, so I'm trying to reach around stuff. The second thing I worked on was my stocking. So it's my Stony Creek Coastal Lighthouse stocking. A few people are doing this with me. Amy Loves Toads is working on it. And I'm trying to think of who else was doing this with me. I can't remember right now, I'm sorry. But someone else. But Amy has making great progress on hers, so it really made me pull mine out and start working on it again. And this is where I'm at with it. And this is being done on a 28 count vintage Stormy Nights Lugana. And it is the called for fabric. And there it is. And it is just coming out gorgeous. It is so pretty. I love Stony Creek. If I don't say that enough times, if you've been watching me, I truly love, let me get that out of the way. I truly love Stony Creek. They are just gorgeous, and this is going to be beautiful. And I really want to get this done this year. So I'm going to keep plugging away on it and see if I can get some more done. My plan at this point is to just try to work on all my projects that are larger to try to get them done. I can't put that back in there right now. Okay, drop that down here. Try to get them done. Because I have so many of the larger projects. I know they're not BAPs, okay, like some people have, but they're big enough for me that it takes me a little while to get them done. So I want to be able to not have so many larger projects and working on those and try to get them all down. So I have a plan. I'll explain my plan in a little bit. The second thing, or the next thing that I worked on was my cardinal points. And you know, there's lots of people working on this, including Christine with Stitch All the Things. And she's been working on it this weekend, and she made great progress. So I need to just step it up on this as well. And this is being done on a 36 count white linen. Hold on, I'm just moving my needle because it was in the way. And this is where I'm at with this. Sorry about the hanging threads. But you guys should be used to all this by now, right? We're just winging it as we go. There we go. Just beautiful. Loving, loving, loving all these colors. They are just fabulous. It is such a gorgeous piece. And I'm at the bottom now, so you can see it's not really a huge piece, but it has a lot of colors in it. So it does take some time to go through those colors. But I'm loving it. I'm not going to stop working on it. It is definitely something I want to get done this year. And it brings me a lot of joy to work on that with all the pretty colors. My next one is my map of Hawk Run Hollow. So I did work on this week. So there it is there. I started this, sorry, cat hair floating around in here as I lift things up, cat hair. I started this, I think October of last year. And I didn't get a lot done. I started it and then it got put down for other things and never got worked on. So this week I decided to spend several days working on it. And it still feels like I'm getting nowhere with it. And so this is where I'm at. There's a lot of brown in that hawk. So I spent a lot of time trying to get the hawk filled out. And I had to leave it and start working on this down here because I got tired of doing the brown. But it's coming along. I'll keep doing it. It's really pretty. I love this design. I'm not a big fan of most of the Hawk Run Hollow patterns. But this one called to me and I liked it from the beginning because it has the hawk on it and I happen to love birds. So I decided I needed to do that one. And the last thing that I have worked on since the last time you saw me was my cedar wax wings from Crossed Wing Collection. Now I have a ton of their patterns. I have probably 12 or 14 of this company's patterns because I love the bird patterns. I'm a photographer as well, and I love to go out and take pictures of birds and everything. And in fact, if you hang around for the RV version, I'll be uploading with this some pictures that I shot of the birds just around where we're staying in this particular campground. So I worked on this again last night, and I believe I'm going to continue working on it today because I love it so much, and I'm trying to get more of it completed. But there it is. So as you can see, I've got the bird's tail and the tree branch with all the berries, and this is being done on a 36 count raw linen. It is DMC, so it's easy, not that, you know, it's not any fancy floss or anything, easy to do. And gonna continue working on that probably today and into tomorrow, and see if I can make a dent in it. What my plan is, I'm not going to do Stitch Mania. It's just because I have too much going on. We're going to be moving soon. I'll explain that in a later version. And I don't know how much time I'm going to have to stitch in May. So I don't want to commit to doing it and not be able to do it because I'm exhausted and can't do it. So I'm not going to do Stitch Mania. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to commit to working on my projects that I just showed you, one a week, the entire week. So I'm going to pick each one of those up once a week during the week of May, and for whatever time I have that week, I'm going to put exclusively in that pattern. That way I'm hoping that I might be able to knock some of these down, because I feel like I have too many larger projects and not enough smaller ones, although I'm trying to think of how many patterns, how many whips I have going right now. I don't know. Hold on, let me think. Hold please. Let me see what I have running right now. I love this little cross stitch app where I keep track of everything because it's really nice. So started, I have 14 things started right now, and some of them are like easy fixes. Like I have bird bath and I know I need to get that done, and all I have left is the beading, and I've been pushing it off and putting it off. And I'm just going to have to take it out when we get to where we're going, when I have a free day, and just do the beading. Because I promised that pattern to someone and I haven't forgotten. I just haven't felt like doing that beading. Sure, it's all lopsided. I hate that. Sorry. I just didn't feel like doing the beading and stuff. So I just need to push myself to get that done. And I think mostly it's because the beading is scattered. It's like doing confetti stitches. The beads are all scattered all over the thing, so you have to run threads through the whole back, and so I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that, but I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get the pattern sent out. So I have that one. I have Lady of the Flag, which I haven't touched at all. Mermaids of the Deep. I did this little dinky part, and I don't even have that with me. That's still in storage. Miss Christmas Eve, she's more than half done, and I haven't touched her at all. The Monarch Butterfly, which was the Mill Hill kit. I may pull that out and try to work on that while we're traveling as well, because we'll be traveling for 3 days, and that's something a little easier to work on. Santa 08, which is a Lizzie Kate design, which was a Mania start last year. I think that is the only thing. Nope, I have two Mania starts still open this year, which is Santa 08 and Stand for Freedom. Now, Stand for Freedom I did work on about a month ago, and I haven't worked on that again. So on those days for Mania, see, I said I wasn't going to do Mania. For those particular days that these were a whip, I may pull them back out on those days that I started them on and work on them that day. But we'll see. And then I have Winter Sampler that's still open. So I only have 14 whips, which is not that bad. It really isn't. I know people that have a lot more than I do. But most of them are larger things. They're not smalls. So I just don't like having that many larger things open at one time and then worrying about getting them done, because you don't get enough time to spend on them. So I want to cut it down to 3 larger projects going at one time, and that's it. And then anything else I have are just smaller things that are easy to fit in. Like the spring ABCs. I consider that a smaller thing, doesn't take that long, and you can kind of whip it out if you want, or if you get tired of working on the big thing, you can grab the small thing and work on that a little bit. You feel a little more accomplished. So that's what I have. That is my whips that I've been working on. I gotta look at my notes because I wrote stuff down so I wouldn't forget. So we got that done. I showed you that. Let's talk about purchases. Okay, so I have made a few purchases. Even though we're on the road, I managed to figure out that my brother-in-law has a mailing address and he's down the road from me, and I can send stuff to him. So you know that I did. Okay, my husband's like, where's all this mail coming from? I'm like, I don't know, I might have ordered something. It just happened to be. If you hear creaking while I'm talking, it's because Mia is behind the computer. I'm on the dash of the RV, and she's pacing back and forth behind my computer. So if you hear the creaking noise, it's because she's walking along. I don't know if she's jarring my thing or not, but she's walking along that. So I did make some purchases. I had put out on, I think it was on Instagram, that I really wanted to do the Lizzie Kate Things Unseen. I had purchased it. I had all the floss for it. I haven't dyed fabric for it, but I couldn't find the beads. So I couldn't find these anywhere. So I put out a call on Instagram. I also put it on, I want to say I did it on the Lizzie Kate site or Stitch Mania, one or the other. And a woman named Carol responded to me and told me that finishing touch in Louisville, I think it's in Louisville, the finishing touch in Louisville, Kentucky, which is about 2.5 hours from me, she had 1 packet left. So this is their card right here. Let's see if I can get that done. There you go. So I called up there immediately when she left the message and gave her my information, thanked them very much, and come to find out the person I talked to on the phone was Carol. I didn't know that. So Carol, thank you so much for letting me know that you had this left. It was awesome. I got it in a couple of days. They sent me a little freebie pattern with it, a little Easter freebie pattern. And I wish I had gotten a chance to drive to your shop to see it. I have not. I mean, we're here with family right now, and it's very hard for me. That's blinding. Okay. Very hard for me to get away because my husband and I share a vehicle, and he has been going over to his mother's every single day to take care of her. She is getting older, and when we're here, he likes to make sure that she's taking her medications, that she's eating, because most of the time his other brothers are working all day. They don't have time to check on her and stuff, and Randy doesn't get much time to spend with his mother because we don't live here in Kentucky. So he did spend almost every day over there for a couple hours a day, which is fine. I have no problem with that. I went over with him several times. In fact, he's over there now. I told him, go ahead and go see your mother so I can shoot my video. And he enjoys this time with her and stuff, and I'm okay with that, but I certainly couldn't take off for a day and go to a cross-stitch store, which is 2.5 hours away. And by the way, 3.5 hours away is Keepsakes. And I was dying to go take that drive and see Pam and Steph, but I knew I just couldn't. So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to make that happen at some point. It's funny because we were just noticed, and we didn't know until this morning. We were watching Fox News, and they mentioned the Ark encounter, which is in Kentucky, which I had no idea it was here. I had slipped my mind totally. And I told my husband, I said, oh my God, we didn't get a chance to go see the Ark exhibit, the Ark encounter while we were here. Why didn't we do that? And he's like, I didn't realize that it was here either. And it's also 2.5 hours. It's north of Louisville on the border. And I'm thinking, if we would have drove that way to see the Ark encounter, I could have went to Keepsakes. After that, I could have had him take me to Keepsakes. So I'm going to figure that out at some point. course, we're leaving here now. We're going to be heading somewhere else where, again, I'll discuss that in the RV section. But when we come back, because we will be coming back to Kentucky, I will make sure that I get to see the finishing touch in Louisville, that I get to go see the Ark Encounter, and then I make it up to Keepsake. So that's my plan. So it won't happen until winter. So, because we're committed right now until the middle of September where we're going. So, Mia, you're going to knock my stuff down. Get. Sorry. So, anyway, that was the finishing touch. She's awesome. If you need anything, make sure that you contact them. They're great to work with. She was really quick with shipping it out. It went out that day, and I got it. So, other things that I did was I had seen this on eBay. And I really wanted it when it came out at market. I didn't buy it, and I'm glad I didn't because I got a really great deal on The Study in Blue by Sue Hillis, and I got it for $12 instead of $20, so I was thrilled. So it was a great deal off of eBay. I love this piece. Can't wait to do it. It's one of those things that I really want to do. And then the seller sent me floss too, so which was really nice. She included floss for me. So I really love that. And then I went over to Hobby Lobby, which there's a Hobby Lobby here in Somerset. By the way, I'm in Somerset, Kentucky right now for the month. And I saw this on clearance and had to get it because Stony Creek. And wait until you see, there it is, that moose pattern. Check that out. The moose with the cardinal. That is adorable. And I'm probably going to see some moose where I'm going, I'm hoping. Maybe not. Maybe not. We're close to the Canadian border, so you never know. But that is adorable. I have to do that. So if I get an opportunity to see a moose in live and in person, you know I'm going to start stitching that because I have to. But such cute designs. Cute designs. Loved it. But the moose sold it for me. It was on clearance, so didn't want to pass up clearance. So I picked up that. Somebody on Facebook was showing this in one of the cross stitch groups. It is Renato Parolin design, and I love it. It's a huge design, but I contacted her and said, do you want to sell that pattern? Because I really would love to have it. And she sold it to me at a great price, and it is a huge pine tree. And I believe this design is like 3 feet tall. I want to say it's about 3 feet tall or more, but just gorgeous. Loved it, love it. Love their designs. Renato Parolin. And so after I bought that, I said, I wonder what other designs I can find from this designer. So I went on the search to see what other designs I could find from this designer that I really wanted to do. And I went on to eBay and I found this book that I thought was awesome. And I'm like, I am not paying $70 for that book though. I really wanted the book because even the cover design just drew me in. And so I started searching around. So I hit Amazon, and Amazon has this book for $18.73. It has 33 patterns in it from this particular designer. And it comes from the UK, Amazon UK. So it has ship it across, but no big deal. I was willing to wait for it. And so I jumped on it and bought it. Then I went on Facebook and let everyone know I got this awesome book and there's only one left. So go jump on it. Of course, Jennifer Upton, she spoke back, nope, not anymore. She jumped on there and bought it too. So awesome book. She did a flip through on her channel with the book. I'm not going to do a complete flip through on the book, but I will show you some of the ones that I think are just awesome, that I love. So if I can flip this without thinking. Squirrels, look at that. They are adorable. Love the squirrels. And of course it's in the seam there so you can't see it. Love that design. That is one of my favorites. There are so many in here that are just beautiful. You guys can see this. Look at Noel. Love it. This one, which is a riot too. The squirrels with the snow, with the Santa hats for Christmas. Too cute. Love that. And a lot of their designs are single-toned designs. Most of them are done in red. Like I said, if you want to go and see the complete flip through of the book, you can go to Jen Upton's latest Flosstube, and she has a flip through of this book. Love this. It is in French, but it is about mon amour, which is love, my love. So I did translate this to see what it said. I absolutely love it. I'd like to keep it in French and do it for my husband, because it is absolutely a wonderful, wonderful, it's just words of love is basically what it is. And it's really nice. And I love the way it's done. And then I'm thinking of doing, let me see if I can find it. Is it that one or is it this one? There's two of them. This one is, I think this is the winter one. But look at that with the bunnies. I think that's the winter one with the bunnies. That is so pretty. And then the other one, which is this one with the squirrel. This is a fall one. Well, that might be winter. I don't know. I can't read French. But just beautiful. Love this book. Love it. There's some more of the designs. So I did check Amazon this morning, and there's 3 again on their site. So look this up. And if you're interested in this book, I think it cost me a total of $22 and change with shipping and 33 patterns. You can't beat that deal. You just can't beat that deal with the stick. So awesome, awesome, awesome. So love that. And don't know if I'll be making any more purchases because of where we're going. I don't know if I'm going to be able to accept mail. So we will see. Another thing that I have that I want to show you guys, but I'm going to put you on hold. So hold for a minute. Okay, so I wanted to show one other thing, and I didn't want to forget. My husband and I have been going to thrift stores while we're here because I'm looking for certain things, but I also look for something to hold my scissors in. And I found this milky white little dish, which is so cute. And it's got the little holes, and all my little scissors are on here with my little scissor fobs. See, there's the one that Leslie gave me on my fancy scissors. There's my other fancy scissors with the one I bought with the kitty. There's my fob from Jennifer Upton. And all my little scissors just fit in right here, and it's got a little bowl in here, and I use that for my orts. So at the end of the night when I'm done stitching, I just take them out and throw them away, and I start the next one. I thought I might make a little pin cushion to go in here, which I still may do. I haven't done it because I've got so much going on. But I think I might make a pin cushion that'll fit in here. But it's so cute, $2. And it holds my scissors by where I'm sitting. So that was awesome. So I love that. Do I have anything else? Oh, I do have one other thing. I purchased this on Etsy. Let me pull this out. This is a huge hank of chenille, cotton chenille, so you can dye it. So regular writ dye, and it is a lot. You can see this is a lot of chenille. So I got this from Felted For You on Etsy. And I did look on her site, and I don't see it listed right now, so she doesn't have any on there. Of course, you can contact her and ask her about it. So this is 100% cotton, natural bulky chenille. It says mill ends, no label, ready to dye. So I thought that was cool. It's like a cream natural color. So I'm definitely going to, next time I do some dyeing, I'm going to throw some of this in with it to see how it does. But there's a lot. This could last me a lifetime of chenille. I may never have to buy chenille again. So $8 plus shipping. So not bad. So make sure you check out her. Like I said, it's called Felted For You. And the U is E-W-E. And it's all one word. So she's got it listed as all one word there. So I think that's all my purchases now. Let's make sure I didn't forget anything. I did receive 2 gifts, and of course I don't have those with me, so now I'm going to put you on hold again because I have to go get those. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so there I got two things that I got as gifts. One of them was, this is Wintertime by New York Stitcher, and Barb from Lost and Floss had sent this to me. I told her how much I love the pattern, and she sent it off to me, so I do have it. When I get an opportunity to stitch this and I get it done, I will be passing this pattern along, because I think it's right that when you have a gift of a pattern that you pass it along once you do it. So that'll be given as a gift to someone when I get that finished. And then I won from Trish at 3 Owl Threads, had a contest or a drawing for this book, and I got chosen. So thrilled to have the cookbook from the market release, the Nashville market release. And I've tried already the peanut butter cookies, which taste really good. So my husband and I have enjoyed those, and looking forward to trying much more of the patterns in here. But thank you so much, Trish. I love the book. Thank you. I appreciate everything you do. Trish is so generous. I love working with her. When we were at the house, I had her nest egg, and I love getting those flosses every month, and I really do miss it. I can't do it now because as we move along, I can't change my address with Trish every time I turn around just to get her order. So, of course, when we get settled back down again, that I will definitely be joining up if she's still doing it. But she is just awesome, and she does little drawings and stuff, so I greatly appreciate it, Trish. If you're not in a floss club and you want to get in one, contact Trish. She is on Facebook as 3 Owl Threads, and her floss of the month is awesome, awesome price, and she has varied options. So classic color works, gentle arts, dinky dyes, and I'm sure there's more and more of them, but check her out for those. So those are my two gifts. I did watch a couple of new people, so I wanted to give little shout outs to new people. The first one is, I'm going to put you on hold for a minute. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Right in the middle of filming, my computer decided that it had a low battery, so I had to stop and plug it in so I didn't lose everything. Okay, so I did watch two Flosstubers, and I want to give some shout outs. I watched Just Stitching Inc., which is a cross-stitch store. The owner is Shelly. She's in Strongsville, Ohio, and she started shooting YouTube videos, or Flosstube videos to us, yeah. And she was a lot of fun to watch. She talks a lot about different things. I can't off the top of my head remember exactly what she showed, but she showed different items, and she talked about her shop. So I'm going to continue watching Shelly at Just Stitching Inc. And the other person was Megan B. Stitching. Now, she lives in Utah, and she really loves samplers and mirrors. So if you're a sampler or a mirabilia fan, then you should definitely try to watch Megan B. Stitching. I will put both of those people down below in the description box so that you can look them up. Let's see, what else do I have? I don't know if I've showed this before, but every time I pull this out, I think about showing this, and I may have done this in a previous video, I don't remember. But this is how I store my little supplies. So I have these little eyeglass cases that I received when I received my new glasses. So we get several of them because my husband and I have subscriptive glasses. So I have 2 pair, he has 2 pair. We got 4 of these plastic eyeglass cases, and of course normally we throw them out because I wouldn't put my glasses in these cheap things. But look how awesome they are for my supplies. I can see everything. You're gonna knock that stuff down, Mia. I can see everything that's in the case, and they're great. I can throw them in my bag and they go with me. So I have like 3 or 4 of these going with different supplies in them, and that's what I take with me. I can put my scissors in there and all my other supplies so nothing gets poked through my bag. So just an idea, if you have old eyeglass cases laying around, they make great little storage for a carry-on in your bags, or a little tote, or little notions, whatever, okay, in your in your bag. So those are great. Okay, so what will I be working on? We are traveling for probably 2.5 days. And I have to find the easy things to stitch on. So one of them was the monarch butterfly, which I can work on, but I can't bead. So I won't be able to do any beading while he's driving, but I might be able to get something done on that. But I always like to have little backups because sometimes I just don't feel like working on some things. So these are the two things that I have kitted up that I may work on. This one here is Little House Needleworks. I'm almost positive. I'm almost sure this is Little House Needleworks. Oh, no, Prairie Schooler. Sorry, Prairie Schooler. Called Home Sweet Home. And I'm going to flip this up so you don't see the pattern. But there it is there. It's on a pillow. And I have this pillow fabric. I've had it for a while. And when I was going through my magazines, pulling out patterns that I like so I can get rid of the rest, I came across this and I'm like, this is perfect. Love Prairie Schooler. And I have that pillow. I have that pillow fabric. So this is it here. And it is and they said it's called Tan Houses. It's the size of it is 13 by 13 and the center is 7 by 7 that you stitch on. So there it is there. And I'll make that into a pillow, but I love that little house. And it's really big holes. I don't know what count this is, but it's big. And it takes 6 strands of floss to stitch with. So I think that would be easy to see while he's driving. So I'm taking that up front with me. Also going to work on this design, which I don't think I have. Oh yeah, I have a picture here, which is an ornament, a Christmas ornament by Glendon Place. There it is there. I'm doing this on a 14 count, and I'll pull that out in a minute. But this design is from, and you can probably see there, it is from Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments 2016. So, and I'm going to do it on this blue fabric, which is Twilight Blue 14 count. So it's plenty of fabric for that. I'll probably just pick one of the corners and work on it. Probably this one. This one's kind of plain, but I'll probably do it on this one. So I'll stitch that. I should be able to see these holes as well because it is 14 count fabric. Got that all kitted up. So those are the things I'm going to work on while we're traveling. And then I have 2 other things I wanted to show you that I want to start soon. And they're both from magazines. So I'm on this magazine kick for doing designs. And this one's like a really simple, quick design, which I really like. Mia, what are you playing with, honey? Don't touch my ornament. No, no. No, no. So the first one is called Peace and Plenty. This is from a Cross Stitch and Country Crafts November-December 1995. And I may have to start this because Wendy, Hoodlums ×4, has come back to Flosstubes. So great to see her again. So glad that you decided to do Flosstubes again, Wendy. And she started a sal that was, and I can't remember the tag, but I'll put it up here when I look it up. And she wants people working on, anybody who's working on an older pattern in anything from 1999 and back, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'll put something up here and say, no, I'm wrong. And it's a sal. So I think I'm going to do this. Because this is from 1995. And it's going to be quite a quick one. It's not going to take long to do. The design calls for, I'm trying to think of what it called for. It called for a marlet thread, which is a rayon thread, which I don't have. So I'm doing mine in DMC. But cute design, came out of the magazine. Really love it. Think it'll be quick. So I'm going to work on that. And I'm going to stitch it on this 28 count that I have. Oh, there it is there. I think it'll be perfect on there. So that'll get started soon because I want to join in with Wendy and do this sal. And then this is the other one. This is also from magazine. This is from Just Cross Stitch March, April 2012. And when I saw this, I absolutely love it. Now I have just cross stitch on CDs. So of course this is a printout, but look at this. Is that not adorable, that set? It almost is looking like Little House Needleworks or Country Cottage Needleworks. But it is not. And it is just adorable. And it is actually from Sally Hesketh. Sally Hesketh is the one who designed it. And it has specialty stitches in it. It has satin stitches. It has eyelet stitches. It has, let's see if it tells me all the different ones. A rice stitch, eyelet stitch, satin stitch, and that might be a smarta stitch. So it has those 4 stitches in it, and I love it. I think it's an adorable set. I'm looking for that oval box. Trying to see if I can find one. So I'm scouting it out on eBay. And then I am debating what fabric I'm going to do it on. So I have this is called Waxing Moon. This is one of the fabric flares, Cindy Sorley fabrics. So I have that. And of course it's only, it's printed, so it's white on one side, it has the fabric side on the other. So I will either do it on that, because I want to do it on 28 count, because that's the count that fits the size box. Or I'm going to do it on a mushroom Lugana. So I'm not sure which one yet, so I have them both in the bag. And I'll make a decision as to what I'm going to do when the time comes. So those are the 2 things that I'm probably going to start next. And on this shaker set, I'll probably do the smaller pieces first, just as little finishes in between those big projects that I'm working on. Not BAPs, just big projects for me. So I have that. Let's see, anything else? I'm just looking at my list, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I have a little happy planner, so I keep notes on here. I don't see anything else. I do want to mention before I switch myself into the other mode, I just want to thank all the Flosstubers out there, all the watchers, all the subscribers, 100 subscribers in a month. So that has a lot to do with other Flosstubers shouting you out and stuff and talking about your videos on their video. So this is such an awesome community that we do that we talk about each other, we promote each other, and want to share this love of cross stitch. I don't want to forget anybody when I'm mentioning names, but Cheryl McKinney, Christine from Stitch All the Things, Victoria from Victoria's, I think she changed it, Victoria's Crafty Room, or it's Victoria's Creative Crafts. Sorry, Victoria, I didn't look to see what the new naming was. But Victoria, Kathy, Crafty Cat Stitcher, so many others, and I'm sorry if you shouted me out. Lost in Floss, Barb and Leanne, thank you so much. I'm trying to think if I missed somebody. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to. I appreciate each and every Flosstuber. I appreciate each and every subscriber and watcher, even if you're not a subscriber and you're watching. Thank you for watching. Just love sharing this love of cross stitch with everyone. It is lots of fun to share when you don't have stitchy friends around you. It's lots of fun to at least be able to share your outlet on Facebook and on Instagram and on Flosstube. So I am, if you're not a subscriber on Instagram, I am on Instagram under Cross My Stitches as well. You can also follow me there. I try to post on there. I don't always post in a timely manner, but I do post on there. So you can also follow me and see what's going on there. So I think that's all I have for stitching. So I'm going to flip myself, I did that so fast you didn't even see what I was doing, into the RV mode. So if you're not here to watch or listen about the RV adventure, then thank you so much for coming. Appreciate you. And please come back and watch again. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notifications when I'm posting. So for all the rest of you, this is what's going on. What a craziness that we go through all the time. We are currently in Somerset, Kentucky. We left Florida at the end of March. Came into Somerset. We are staying at a very, very, I don't even want to call it an RV park. We're staying, they call themselves Shoreline RV. So yes, it is considered an RV park. There are 12 slots. So this is behind a storage facility. So they have a storage facility, this gentleman, he owns a store, and behind it he put 12 RV slots with full hookups. And so that's where we ended up staying. I've mentioned before that we're not into the RV resorts. I don't need all that fanciness and stuff. It's not me. I'd rather be out in the country, out in the quiet, than to have my neighbors slapped up against me in an RV resort. And we've done that before, and it's like, I don't like it at all. So here, like I said, there's 12 slots. Right now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the slots are taken. So not a lot of people here yet because winter has just ended here. We had another cold snap last night. We were down in the 30s. We're probably about 46, 48 right now. So it is chilly outside. Got the heat on in here. And so we are here. We had planned to stay the whole month. I haven't done much exploring or running around in Kentucky, only because we're here to see family, and that's the majority of what we've been doing. I have taken some pictures. I will include those at the end of all the birds and stuff around here and different things that I've taken pictures of. Sorry, I'm distracted because the birds are flying past my window here, and I'm watching the birds, and I'm like, I really need to go get my camera and take some pictures. So we do have a baby robins in the tree behind us here, and it's only about 4 feet tall, so I can go and look in the nest and see there's 3 little baby robins and the mama. And I did take a couple of pictures of those, and I'm going to post them, but they're not the best pictures because I have to shoot through branches because I don't want to disrupt them. So hopefully you'll be able to see that there's 3 there. And then I have cardinals that I believe are building a nest in another tree on the other side behind us. And I haven't had a chance to look at that because it has been raining the last 2 days, and I don't want to go out in the rain. It's very overcast today and cloudy, and it rained all morning. So once it clears up, hopefully later today or tomorrow, I'll go out and check and see if that cardinal is in fact building a nest. Again, not very high off the ground. So I'll be able to look and see if she's actually building a nest or not. Anyway, things have been going good here. We have, like I said, spent a lot of time with family and stuff this past few weeks. We did get the leveler issue fixed. I can't remember if I talked about that before or not, so I'm just going to go over it real quick because I can't remember. We had a problem before we left Florida with our level egg system, which is the posts that come down, touch the ground to level your RV out, or your motorhome, or your travel trailer. Everybody has them. Some of them are motorized, some of them are hand crank. If you have a travel trailer or smaller unit, you have a hand crank. If you have a large motorhome like we do, the 37 feet, this is electric. The big diesel pusher RVs that you see, the huge fancy ones, they have, theirs is more of a, oh, the word's going out of my mouth, but it's not electric, it's more gas and something, they're gas leveled somehow. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember. But anyway, the levels, one of the level legs was not working, so we had to call in a repair crew to come, a repairman to come and look at it, and they said that the circuit board was shorted out and that they could send it out while we were still in Florida. They could send it out and get it fixed and get it back to us and get it back installed again before we leave Florida. Well, it became a nightmare. It started on February 26th that we had them take it. They had come and assessed us, and they didn't take the unit with them when they left because they weren't sure if they could do that. So they had contacted us that night, and they said, yes, if you want to, we'll send somebody back to get it, and then we'll ship it out for repair, and we'll get it back. And I said, you know, we're leaving in a couple of weeks. I want to make sure, we had 3 weeks, I think. I want to make sure, no, I'm sorry, we had 30 days. I want to make sure that we get that piece back before we leave. Understand that we're leaving on this day. You have to get it out, get it sent out for repair, get it back, and get it installed. And they said, no problem. We can take care of that. So I'm like, okay. They said, we'll have to send somebody out to pick up the part, but we're going to charge you again to send them out there for a service call. I'm like, no. You should have took it the first time. And I said, let me figure out if hubby and I can figure out how to take it off, because we had seen where it was and everything, and we knew what they needed. I said, let me see if we can get it off, and we'll deliver it to you. I'm not paying another $75 for you to come out and get that part. She's like, okay. So we go, we get the part off, we drive it to where we need to drive it to, drop it off on March 1st. And told them, they said, don't worry, we'll get it. That was a Friday. When we get it on Monday, we'll ship it out immediately. So from March 1st until March 20th, it was a jerk and pull with them. We couldn't get a straight answer as to what was going on with the parts, and we were getting nervous because we knew we were leaving at the end of March. And they kept telling us, oh, they have it there, they're working on it, yada, yada, yada. You know, they're not giving us any answers. And finally I had enough, and I said, you know, I called the owner. It was called Sky Meadow RV Repair. So anybody within the sound of my voice, and you're in North Central Florida, and you need RV repair, do not call Sky Meadow RV Repair, because they jerked us up one, down the other. Spoke to the owner, told her how upset I was, which I'm trying to think of what his name was. Wayne Meadows. And tired of being jerked around, you know, that what's going on with this part. And he said, oh, I'll get with the girls and I'll have them call you back. Well, I had reached my limit with the whole situation. I told the girls that were in the office, just give me the information of where my parts are and I will communicate, which was Radwell. They do repairs. They're in New Jersey. I said, just give me the information so I can talk to Radwell myself and get my parts, because you're not doing it and I need my parts back. So they did. They gave me the information. Comes to find out when I got on the phone with Radwell that they did not receive the parts until March 20th. Now, mind you, I gave it to them on March 1st, and they told me they were going to send them out overnight. They never did. They didn't send it out until that week of the 20th. That's why I got so upset, because in the previous weeks, they kept telling me, yes, they've sent it out. Yes, they have it. Yes, they're working on it. They hadn't even received it yet. So they lied to me and jerked me around and really upset me. Well, it comes to find out, sorry, this is a long story. Comes to find out, they couldn't fix the parts. They said they were beyond fixable. So we were back to square one. So told them, just dispose of the things. There's nothing we do. And we're searching for a new level egg system, which was over $6,000. I did not want to put $6,000 out. So my husband and I came back, and we can put them up and down manually. And by manually, I mean my husband has to crawl under there with the drill and drill them up or drill them down, because they're a motor and you can roll them. And it is hard for him to climb and then to level this thing out, because it's so huge, because he's got to do one side, then you got to do the other, and then you got to check it again, and it's a back and forth. Anyway, we got home that night after we hit a couple of RV places trying to figure out if we could afford to put the new level egg system in. And I get on eBay, and the guy I think he's in Indiana, just posted, I mean within that day, the exact controller and keypad that we needed. A used set, $500. I was like, oh my Lord, thank you Lord for helping me out in this situation. And husband and I ordered it, got it in a week. Sorry, that was Paisley, who tried to jump on the dash and didn't make it. Paisley, are you okay? Are you okay, Paisley? Come here, honey. What happened? Come here. Show everybody how cute you are. Look at that cuteness overload. There's my Paisley poo. See, I missed. I tried to jump and I missed. There you go. Put you back over there. Anyway, got it in a week. Husband and I installed it ourselves. Figured it out. Sat and just got it going. And it works. So $500 instead of $5,000. Thank you, Lord. Festus, no barking. No barking. Neighbors. The neighbor next door to us just came back, so he's doing something. So anyway, so we got that fixed. I have spent some time sitting outside, taking pictures of the birds and different things. We haven't done much of anything else. The dog is poking me in the back. What do you want, Festus? Hold on a minute, please. Festus, go. You want to come up here too? Come here. Come here. Come here. Everybody wants to see your cuteness too. There you go. There's the cute. Look at that gray face. Look at that gray face. You are getting old, old man. You are getting old, old man. You are. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. No, go lay down. Go lay down. Get in bed. Go. Anyway, in the meantime, we were looking around for work because I told you we're going to have to be working. Sorry, dog hair's all over my face now. And we found some positions in Minnesota. So we will be going to Underwood, Minnesota. We'll be leaving on Monday, which is the day after Easter. Happy Easter to those of you that celebrate Easter. And we will be working at a cabin resort for the summer. So we're excited. We're excited. We have a site set up there. They have on-site. We'll be able to put the camper, and we'll be working there part-time, which is great, just enough to keep you busy, but not enough to kill you. And you get paid as well. They pay for your site, for all your hookups, and we'll be helping this family. It's a husband and wife, and I believe 3 or 4 kids. They run this resort in the summertime in Upton or Underwood. I think it's Underwood, Minnesota, which is just very close to Fergus Falls. So we're excited about that. So that's why I said we have a 3-day trip. We'll be heading there and working until Labor Day or mid-September, I believe. And where we're going to be going after that, I don't know. We haven't yet found a position where we'll be working, but we're excited. We also found out we'll be an hour from Fargo, North Dakota. So I'm looking forward to that, because if any of you have watched the movie Fargo, you'll know. Okay, that I just need to know if those people talk like that in Fargo, North Dakota. You know, it's like, yeah. Did you see that? Yeah. And it's just so funny. If you haven't seen that movie, you got to go watch it. But they are hilarious the way they talk. And of course, they're supposed to have a statue of Paul Bunyan and of Babe the Blue Ox. So I want to see that. We will be on the border of North Dakota. So we will definitely be traveling over into North Dakota during the day when we're off to see that. South Dakota as well. There are the 2 of the places I really want to see. There's a lot of wildlife there. So I'm excited to try to get over to that area. I will be about 3 hours from Stitchville. Don't think I'm going to make it there. 3-hour drive. Unless we're driving into Minneapolis for any particular reason, I will not drive 3 hours to see it. But I will have a Joann's, which I believe is about 45 minutes from me, because you know I've scoped these things out already. So Stitchville is the only, I think it's Stitchville, USA, is the only L&S in Minnesota, I believe. And the Joann's is close to me, but I don't remember what town it is, but it is 45 minutes from me. So I'll be going there. So we're excited about that. Everything else is going good. We haven't had a chance to ride the bikes at all here in Kentucky because it is very hilly here. If you have not been to Kentucky, it is absolutely gorgeous. I wished I had more time to take pictures of the hilly area and stuff. How it's not mountains, but it's very rolling hills up and down. And it's really pretty. Really, really pretty. Love it here. If my husband wanted to settle back down in Kentucky, because this is where he's from, Somerset, Kentucky, I would be okay with that. I would be okay with that here, because it is very nice. But who knows where it's going to take us. We don't know where we're going to end up. But we're going to enjoy this ride while we can. I think that's about all I have right now. Oh, you know what? And there was a video. I did shoot a video. So before I forget, some of the people asked me about how I store my cross-stitch supplies in the RV. So I shot a little mini video. Hopefully I don't make anybody dizzy or sick with it, because it is a very confined area. It is in my bedroom. And so I shot, as best I could, a video of where my supplies are in the bedroom. So I will insert that here. I had a lot of questions on how I store my craft supplies in the RV. So I thought I would show you all, as much as I'm able to, how I store what I have here with me. So this is our bedroom. This is where I keep all the supplies because this is the best place for storage in the RV. And my bed is on a platform, so I'm going to lift that up. You can see it lifts right up. And if you look under, you can see, well, you can kind of see what I have under here. So let me see if I can maneuver myself around to get better lighting. Okay, so in here, if you looked down there, you'll see plastic totes. There are 3 plastic totes. One of them's underneath the wood there at the end. 2 of them have my cross stitch in them. What I have is everything, every cross stitch pattern, almost every cross stitch pattern I have brought with me has matching fabric and is in a bag. And then the middle tote has all of my fabric that I make bags with or I'm finishing with and so forth. And then you have, I'm trying to keep this out of the way. Then this right here is full of small finishes and stuff that I can display in the RV. As you can see, I have my box of Rit dye, and it's full of my Rit dye so I can dye fabrics. Also down here are shoes, and the other box that is a priority mailbox is full of packing supplies and paper for my printer. And I don't know if you can see anything. No, you can't see anything else, but there's other things behind there. There's clothes that are put in those space bags that you can shrink down and stuff. So that's where all my patterns are, right in there. Let me close this. And then I'll show you what I have in the closet. So when I open my closet doors, which are mirrored, you can see that I have these cubby holes. So as you can see, in the cubby holes are all my other supplies. So, and these pieces of wood right here, these come right off. I have these here. See, they lift up. I have them here so it'll hold everything so it won't slide when we drive. But up in this top one, I have that black bag, which is full of sewing supplies and stuff. Behind it is another tote. You can see it. And it's full of just miscellaneous stuff. The center I have, and you can't see it because it's black, it's my camera bag, and behind that is my sewing bag. And then all my threads and stuff are down here. And this, if I pull this out, you can see there's my threads. And then behind it, let's see if I can get this out. You can see there's the 2 totes. One is fancy floss and one is full of DMC. So that's how I keep all of my supplies in the RV. I mean, it's a challenge to pull stuff out to use it. There is another, underneath this last platform right here, there is if you can see it or not here. That's my sewing board that I made right there. So this comes out, and underneath this is a drop down. So it's like a cubby hole down there. And I do have like my polyfill down in there and some other bags down in there. And that's where I keep them to, if I don't need something that much. So that's how I store, sorry guys, I mean to make you dizzy. This is how I store stuff in my RV. And hopefully you got to see a kind of a sneak peek of where everything is and what I have with me as far as supplies. I don't think I have anything else. I think that's it. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you stuck with me until the end, thank you so much. And if you did stick with me until the end, we're going to do a giveaway because I'm going to give away this pattern that I did. So if you would like Life's Good, Live the Journey to stitch for yourself, just put somewhere in your comment, Life's Good. And I will random generate a name for this before my next video, which won't be till the end of May. And I will pick a winner and send that out to you. So make sure you say something that has to do with Life's Good. Just say Life's Good. And I will enter you into that drawing. I think that's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming to spend this time with me. And hopefully I will get an opportunity maybe to shoot in the middle of next month. I'm not going to hold my breath over that, but I will try. And if not, then you'll see me at the end of May. And by then I should have pictures of the resort we're staying at. And they're on a lake, so we'll be fishing and we'll be doing other things. It's pretty level land over there. There's a beautiful park not far from us that we'll be able to ride our bikes on. So hopefully I will have much more time once we're away from family and stuff and we're just on our own to spend time doing things and then taking pictures so I can share it with you guys. The only other thing I'm going to tell you is I'm trying to talk my husband into doing YouTube videos about our travels. Now I do have a YouTube channel set up. It's called Hick and Chick. I'll post that up here. And it is empty right now, but I'm trying to convince him to do this with me. Now he says he'll do it with me, but he doesn't want to talk. Well, I said, that's no fun. You have to talk. Because if we're fixing things in the RV or we're doing certain things, people want to hear from you too. Like, I really would have liked to have shot him fixing the level leg system, but I didn't. And I regret not shooting that. So I could have, talked through with him, and you could have seen what we did to try to repair the RV. But I'm trying to get that set up. So hopefully within the next 30 days, I'll have him rolling on that. So make sure you go over to that channel and subscribe, so when it does hit, that you'll get those subscriptions if you're interested in the RV and things that we're doing with the RV and the places we're going. I will be posting videos of anything that we go and do over there. I don't know if I'll post them here or not. So I think that's it. Thank you so much for coming. You have a great Easter if you celebrate Easter, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.